Hey, what's up YouTube? In this video, I'll be showing you how to make Edds House from Eddsworld. This has been a long time request and I'm hoping that you guys are happy now that I've actually fulfilled it. If you do enjoy this tutorial, please remember to hit that like button. I'd really appreciate that. And subscribe for more. But without any further ado, let me show you how to make this. It's quite an easy one. So if you want to make it, here's what you'll need. Grab yourself some white concrete, brown concrete, red concrete, yellow concrete, light blue glass pane, spruce wood slabs, dark oak doors, item frames, and some lime concrete. We also need light grey concrete and some oak planks. This will make us all of the house and the garden as well. So once you have all of that stuff, we're going to begin the build with a row of 7 white concrete in a row on the floor. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We're going to go up on top of this 7th block by 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to go right by 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And we're going to connect down to the ground. We want to take the block that hit the ground and we want to go right of it by 6. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And what we then want to do is we want to go up on top of this 6th block by 6. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We want to do a few things. First, we want to connect this 6th block. We want to extend it all the way over to the left and we want to connect it down to where we first started to give us the front of the house. It kind of looks like a pair of shades. But what we also want to do is we want to take that 6th block over there and this one right here, the corner that we connected down, and coming backwards from these blocks towards the back of the house, we want to do 7 up left diagonals. So that's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, followed by 7 bottom left diagonals. So that's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and that'll be 7. And we want to connect that down to the ground, like this. But we also want to do that to the original, that 6th block as well. So that's going to be, we want to do 7 up right diagonals this time, going towards the back of the house. That's the direction that's important. We want to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Then 7 diagonals going down. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And we want to connect that all the way down to the ground in a similar manner, such as this. What we can then do is we can come to the front of the house, because the front of the house has almost all of the detail. And we want to do this. Take this long row of white concrete that you have up at the top of the house. You want to move inwards from the left-hand side. So from the left-hand side, we want to move inwards by 1 block. And we want to place a row of 4 white concrete coming up from this particular block. That's 1, 2, 3, and 4. We then want to do 2 upper right diagonals. 1, 2, followed by 2 bottom right. 1, 2. Connect that down to the ground. Connect the first blocks together at the bottom. Place 2 rows of glass on top of the empty space. That's 1 and 2. And fill the remainder of the window in using white concrete. Come to the opposite end of the house now, the right hand side. We want to do the same. So we don't want to take this first block in this long row, but we want to come in 1 and place 4 white concrete coming up. 1, 2, 3, 4. Do 2 up left diagonals. 1, 2. Then 2 bottom left diagonals. 1, 2. And connect down to the house. Added a row of white concrete at the bottom. Place 2 rows of glass on top. 1 and and come on, this shouldn't be that hard. 2. There we go. And I am just a bull in a china shop. And then we just want to completely fill in the rest of the window using white concrete. What we then want to do is we want to add additional windows down below. So basically, we want to take these rows of white concrete that we have all the way down at the bottom of the front of the house. We want to place rows of brown concrete inside of these empty spaces on top of these rows of white, like this. We want to place a row of brown concrete. Then we want to place 2 rows of glass on top of these. That's going to be 1 and 2. Just directly on top of the brown. 1 and 2. And, oh, I missed one. And then we've got to completely fill the rest of the front of the house in using the white concrete. So just completely fill up all of the empty space using white concrete. For these windows, place spruce wood slabs in front of the upper half of the rows of brown to just form some window sills, a little bit of detail like that. We also want to add a door. So the door is in the center of the empty space in the middle of the build, set 1 block back. And we want to place brown concrete all the way around the door in the empty space. So we want to have something which should look like that. Just right of the door, we want a door knob. So that's an item frame with a yellow concrete inside of it, like this. We're now going to fill in the entire rest of the house, so that's the left-hand side and the right-hand side. We're going to completely fill it all in using white concrete. Now, this is quite a daunting task. It takes quite a long time. But once these sides have been filled in, the left-hand side, the right-hand side, and we have to fill the back in as well, by the way, although the back is very self-explanatory as to where you have to fill it in. You'll be able to see very, very shortly where it... I mean, basically, you just copy the front as to where you're going to be filling in the back of the house. But once we have filled in the sides of the house, we just have to add a roof on top. That is pretty much all we have to do. So we're now coming over to the opposite side. We're just filling in the shape that we have. It's like a big giant triangle. It's like a big giant pyramid. And we're just going to completely fill these in using white concrete. And as I was saying, all we have to do once we've completely filled in all these balls, it hopefully shouldn't take too much longer, then we will move on to the roof, which will take a little time as well. But, you know, it's okay, because this house, it's really fast to make. It looks great. It stands out very much. The reason that I went for such a cartoony look is because I checked out Eddsworld a little bit before fulfilling the request. It's actually on YouTube, if any of you guys are unfamiliar with it, and that is the second side filled in. And the back side, simply all we're going to do is we're going to connect the top here. We're going to connect this part of the back of the house left to right like this, and then we're going to be able to fill it in with white concrete. But basically what I was saying is that it's a very cartoony look. Like, it's a cartoon, so obviously you'd expect it to be cartoony, but it's like very, very cartoony. Like, all of the colors are very nice and very vibrant, hence why I made it as bright and as colorful as possible, even down to the grass. So there we go, that's what we want to have so far. Now we're going to add a roof. So place red concrete on top of the triangular part of the house that is on the side of the house. So just place red concrete coming all the way up and down the house like this. And as a matter of fact, the row of concrete actually wants to come down 1 row further here, so it's sticking out in front of the house by 1 row. And we can actually take that row that sticks out in front of the house and we can extend it to the opposite side, and we can then place a row of red concrete directly on top of the triangular shape on top of the opposite side of the house, and we can work it our way down, all the way down, and then we can connect it together on the back of the house, like the part that overhangs, like this. And I'm just going to connect the red concrete together on the back of the roof. So I'm going to connect the red concrete together on the back of the roof, coming all the way up the back. And then we're going to drop down to the front of the roof. And here is where things are a little bit different. So it's only a little bit different. It's not a massive change. On the front of the roof, we have 2 small windows. And there are 2 versions of this house, by the way. From what I discovered, the original version of this house did not have any windows on the second story of the house. So literally the only difference I can tell as per the first version and the second version is that there are no windows on the first version of the house. So if you did want to have that particular version, which is a little bit less detailed, then you could simply just exclude the windows on the second floor. So we're going to be placing the red concrete. It's going to come all the way down. We're going to connect it as far as we can go, because I do believe that we will be stopped for a row, or we might not actually. I don't know if we'll run into any no, we won't run into any windows. Yeah, we will. Anyway, we'll connect it as far as we can go anyway. And that does also mean, by the way, whenever you're going to be placing red concrete behind the glass, just don't. Just stop placing the red concrete where glass is involved. And we also want to connect it together in between. So you can see here that we've done the roof as far as that. Now, place red concrete on top of the triangular part of the mini roof. So on top of the little windows, place red concrete on top of the triangular part of the windows. And also extend the red concrete down diagonally left and right so that it kind of overhangs the window as we did for the front of the house as well. For the front of the house, I suppose. And we're going to then connect that red concrete backwards. That's all we're going to do. We're then going to connect the red concrete backwards to the roof, and that'll give us a really nice effect. And we're very close to actually finishing the house itself, although we will be doing a slight bit of landscaping. So there we go. We just want to connect it to the roof itself. And we will also have to add in a little bit of white concrete too. You guys will see that in a second though. So we're just going to extend the roof backwards like this. That's wonderful. And you will have some gaps, by the way. You will have some gaps in the house, or in the roofs, rather, the windows. So do remember to just plug those gaps simply using your white concrete like this. So this is what we want to have so far. It's not quite right. Here's how you make it right. So you want to take the roofs, the mini roofs to start off with, and you want to extend the red concrete forwards by 1 row. And then you want to connect all of those red concretes together like this. So instead of them being diagonal, they join together like this. They kind of look like bunkers from Space Invaders. And we just want to extend them out and join them all together like this. And that looks so good, in fact, that we're going to take the sides of the roof and do the same thing. So we want the side of the roof to overhang the actual house itself, and we are going to do the same thing here. So we'll have a diagonal layer of roof like this, and we just want to place some red concrete, joining all of the diagonals together like that. So you see, it looks nicer like this. It looks nice and smooth, rather than like, I mean, there's nothing wrong exactly with like this, what we're doing now, but you kind of seen the evolution of a roof. Like, this is better than what we just had, and this, what we're doing now, is better than what we have right now. So I don't know, I guess if you don't have a lot of concrete and stuff to mess about with, you could just have the original version, but I think that this version is a lot nicer. It's a lot more detailed. And a little bit more detail still is if you want to add more details to the windows, if you come inside and take the small windows first, add a row of yellow coming down from the center of the window, and place red concrete either side, and do the same for both of these small windows. It kind of looks as though somebody's kind of home, and it's like there's light coming, and it also looks like curtains as well. So it's kind of up to you whether you want to add that or not. I'm going to do a similar thing down below. Down below, I'm going to have like yellow concrete in the middle, and I'm going to fan it out left and right at the bottom with red concrete everywhere else. Because from what I can tell from the pictures of the house that I've seen, like there's curtains up and it just looks like there's light coming from inside of it. Hence why we have the yellow, and the red is of course curtains. If you want, you can use glass blocks instead of glass pane. It's all relative as to what you want to do. But that is most of the house complete. The only materials that we need now will be lime concrete, light grey concrete, and oak planks. We're going to dig in front of the door. And this is all 3 spaces of the door, and we're going to dig a row of 14 blocks in the ground. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, okay, I'm going to start that again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. And we want to knock out every single block associated with the door. And we're going to replace it using light grey concrete. This is a pathway. So all this is, that's what the light grey concrete is for. It's just a path, and it just wants to look exactly like that. We're going to take the last 3 blocks, and we're going to extend them left and right, each by 13. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13... Yep, 13. And we're going to want to do the same on the right, but as I said, the last 3 blocks. The path wants to be 3 blocks wide, no matter what way you slice it, though. So that's 13, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. And that is that's 13 blocks, and that is going to be 3 blocks wide. So that's as far as the path is going to go. We want to take the very ends of the path, and we want to place a row of oak wood planks coming back from the ends of the path. And the oak wood planks want to come out of the back of the house, and they want to leave, say, like 6 blocks. You want to have like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 blocks coming back out of the back of the house, and we're going to just extend that coming across the back of the house, right? And we're going to extend it coming across the back of the house, and we are going to connect it to the opposite point at the front of the house. So we're going to have a nice big oak wood fence. As you can see, I'm kind of building up right here. And once we have this big oak wood fence, you can kind of see that we've kind of like made some very clear boundaries for the property. We're going to add another row of oak wood planks on top, because it wouldn't be a very good fence if it was just 1 block high. So 2 blocks is quite good. If you want, you can add additional detail to the fence in the form of either stairs, or if you place like a slab every other block, then you kind of get that sort of picket fence effect. But that's best achieved, I've found, with back-to-back stairs. So we have to fill in this path using light grey concrete. That's all of it. So all of this path will be filled in with light grey concrete. And I'm going to destroy all of the grass around the house. And I do mean all of the grass. The front, the back, the sides. I'm going to destroy all of the grass, and I'm going to replace it with lime concrete to get that cartoon effect. Now, I'm not going to be doing these things on recording, because this will take a while. So I'm going to be back in just a moment once I've destroyed the path. Well, once I've filled in the path, once I've destroyed the grass, replaced it with green. And then I'll show you how it looks, and we'll be done. You can do this, or you can't. It's up to you. And that is what it looks like once you have completely destroyed all the grass and added in the rest of the path. I think it makes it look a lot better. You might not. It's up to you with what you want to do. If you want to use maybe stone and regular grass, then that's your choice. But I think that it really fits in more with the Eddsworld universe, according to me. But anyway, if you have built this and if you've enjoyed it, please do remember to hit that like button. I'd really appreciate that. I really would. If you do enjoy the content, subscribe to the channel. Click the little bell next to the subscription button. That'll ensure that you get all my stuff sent directly to your sub box. There's even a little tutorial on the screen as to how to do it. And if you do want to see more cartoon related builds, let me know down there in the comment section. The reason that I've made this, this is actually a double cartoon week. I've been getting quite a few requests to make this, and it's a nice, easy house. It looks great, and I thought that you guys might appreciate 2 cartoon builds in one particular week. And, of course, if you want to make anything else by me, any more cartoon-related builds, you can see quite a few of them actually in the background right now. Please do check out the card system in the description below. We have Mickey Mouse, we have Rick and Morty, we have Peppa Pig, Minions, Teletubbies, Paw Patrol, Avengers, the regular show, We Bare Bears. We've got all sorts of stuff, all sorts of different age ranges, literally all sorts of stuff. So check it out, card system description below, cartoon builds playlist. Thank you so much for watching, have a great day, and I'll see you in the next video.